All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. This is the Real Estate Marketing Roundtable. I have an incredible co-hosts today. I have Mr. Jake Wolf, Mr. Nick Sakis. Gene is out gallivanting around the world on his jet, plane, flying to Italy or something like that to get some great pasta. But we have a great show for you guys today. We're going to be talking about how not to get punched in your face in this coming market. But until then, here's your countdown. All right, guys, my internet snagged up on me. I'm sorry about that, but we're back and we're ready to rock and roll. Nick, introduce yourself. Who are you?
So I actually heard before I introduce myself, because everybody should know who I am. If you don't, I should probably just resign myself from the show. But I heard that Gene was playing the crypto space on this last little bull cycle that we had here this last week and made some coin. And now is at the casino celebrating with all his riches in crypto.
That's not what I heard. I heard that Gene got hired by our government for a secret mission in South Africa. I don't know what's going on.
I don't know.
There's all these rumors about Gino.
Mystery.
See, I heard that actually he retired and he's actually out on his in his plane flying to his yacht to his private island. That's why he didn't make the show. But you know what?
I think our viewers should post in the comments what they think Gene is doing right now, and we'll relay that message to him accordingly.
There's got to be a meatball involved in all of this, though.
Ah, yes, there's some sauce involved for sure.
Sauce and meatballs.
Yes.
All right. So let's talk about how not to get punched in the face in this coming market, because a lot of folks, we stick our heads in the sand on a consistent basis and say, it's not going to shift, not going to shift. I can do what I've been doing for the last X amount of time. Nick, what are you seeing since your boots on the ground? Then I want to go to Jake and I want to talk about marketing and how to avoid this. So Nick, take it away.
Yeah. So I posted a question in the comments for everybody watching on social. What are you going to do different in this upcoming market shift? What have you done that's been successful for you at this point? This is the time when markets are shifting that you need to start reevaluating your efforts, what you have been doing versus what you might need to position yourself to do in the future. I can tell you pre-show me and Greg.
Big Greg.
My bad. Big Greg. Yeah, whatever.
Wait, Greg and I.
This fucking tall gargantuan fella with a red X shirt on. We were talking pre-show and I was telling him. So I did a fun TikTok as the Joker, pretending that I was a buyer in this market. Now, I don't have a huge TikTok following. I am one of those mechanics whose car never runs, right? I teach people how to do TikTok and YouTube. I don't fundamentally do it every single day myself. So looking at some current trends, I decided to do a Joker impression. Anyway, went as viral as anything has gone for me at 70-something thousand views at this point.
Yeah, but in a short order, that was like 5 days, right?
Yeah. It's still running right now. But the reason why I'm bringing this up is not for a pat on the back or follow me on social, which you should follow me on TikTok if you're not, by the way, because more heat's coming. But all the comments, there was thousands of comments in there. And so I looked at this as a marketer as like, okay, here's a really good survey. Here's a good poll of what's going on in the general population and what they think about real estate. Comment after comment after comment. Fuck those sellers. I can't wait. Buying season's here. We're waiting for everybody's house to burn down. I'm getting a $50,000 price reduction. I'm taking advantage of this market. So the general public population right now is hearing the news, hearing price reduction. They are thinking that it's 2008 all over again. And the economy is completely collapsing as far as real estate, and that they are going to go on a buying spree. So us as professionals looking at the real data need to be very educational to people and let them know what the differences are between 2008 and today, and why we're still going to have some steady appreciation going into the next 3 to 5 years of this market.
Okay. So, Jake, give me your thoughts.
My thoughts are this. when we talk about our inflationary pressures and prospective recessions and buyers slowing down, look, the Fed is getting ready to go ahead and sit down at the round table here on the 26th again, and they have to hedge inflation, right? That's their whole job in life, is to go ahead and manage our inflationary pressures. So the latest inflation report actually went up. So what do we think we're going to see here on the 26th? Another movement by the Fed to go ahead and increase the basis points. So what we just went through about right around 30 days ago when they did a 75 basis point increase was the first big push into the marketplace to see what is going to happen. Now, we all know what has gone down the last 30 days. They're on a big mission to go ahead and make changes. I think the pressure is going to increase, and I think we're going to see a little bit more of a spread here over the next 2 or 3 months, which is going to make real estate extremely hard. So I know a lot of realtors right now that are sitting on top of listings where they would have had many offers, fast homes selling over the weekend, now with possibly one little offer with some contingencies or open houses with nobody showing up. So to be successful right now, not get, as you say, punched in the face, Greg, during these types of weird climate changes, right? You just have to take action, right? You have to constantly be doing what you should have been doing when the market was hot, building more of a pipeline, creating more relationships, getting more stuff out there. If you're not doing those types of activities, it's detrimental to your business, right? So there's going to be some folks that struggle, and there's going to be some buyers that can't buy anymore and then make a commitment to a landlord for 12 months just to go ahead and wait this thing out. So our whole buyer pool is reducing. The sellers obviously are not selling for the price points or the fastness as what they used to be. And we've got the Fed coming in hot again. Also, this is earnings month, ladies and gentlemen, meaning most of all of our major corporations, if you're playing in the stock market, report their dividends, report their earnings for the quarter, their year-to-date type stuff. And I have a feeling that if 1, 2, 3 of some of our big players in the United States start showing a trend down, it's going to create more of that separation for us in the real estate game. So, but even still, in a down market, people are selling and people are buying. And there's just these core elements that Nick and Gino and Greg and I talk about all the time regarding being proactive with your business. But we're into some tumultuous times here, guys. So you have to analyze yourself and see what you've been neglecting and maybe fix yourself up. Spend the next couple days in this weekend to really reflect inward on yourself and find out where you've been kind of letting your business down a little bit, and take some serious injection into the actions that are necessary to be successful. So, yeah. And if you need help with that, Greg's very, very approachable. And you know, we do these marketing roundtables all the time. We've been doing it for years, but he always lists his phone number. So Greg's been in the game for a very long time. He's seen the ups and the downs. So if you're struggling or need some advice in some regards, or maybe just somebody to talk to, I know Greg is a great resource. He's a phenomenal human being. So, and
I'm a non-licensed therapist. So yes, you can call me with any problems that you may need.
You notice how I told everybody to call Greg, not Nick or Jake.
Yeah,
and definitely don't call Matt because he never.
That should be another designation in your email address, Greg. Non-licensed licensed therapist. So NLLC.
There's so many legal problems with that one. But I agree with you guys. And Veronica Jones, or Stovall now, however you pronounce that, I'm still going to call her Veronica Jones. She's talking about how she went from wearing a dress to, wearing just her normal clothes, going to listing appointments. Guys and gals who are listening to my voice right now, either live or on recording, after this recording, I'm going to a $3.1 million listing appointment over on the peninsula, and I'm doing it because I my buddy, Simon, and I chased dogs around the dog park, picked up dog poop, drank a couple of beers, got a lunch, and he was listening to one of his clients, he's a contractor, talk smack to the real estate agent because the agent was being a complete, D-bag, which I don't know anything about because I haven't been there yet. But the point is, like, Jake, going back to your point, building those relationships, building those friendships, building those opportunities where you can get referrals, because this industry and this market is going to shift, guys and gals. It is going to shift. I've done this for 23 freaking years. Trust me, it's shifting right now. Get out there, go pet your goldfish in public, take your cat for a walk. I actually saw someone out yesterday in Target. They had a clear backpack and they had a bunny in it. And I was so tempted to go like, can I pet your bunny?
You should have. You should have pet the bunny, Greg.
Yep. They would have called the police on you in a heartbeat. That wouldn't have come right. That wouldn't have come through right from Greg's voice. That pet your bunny.
Can I pet your bunny?
That's a real nice bunny you got there.
Yeah, you got good fluffy ears. Hello to you. Jake shaking his head like, God damn it, this thing going sideways. So relationship building. Let's talk about this, Nick. First, I'm going to go to you for the shifting market for ads and Facebook and clever, the clever leads and Freedom Move USA. How are you structuring that kind of marketing so when people come over and they work with all of us, what does that look like?
Yeah. So number one, I'll preface this next tirade by saying, don't put yourself in a recession before the recession happens, right? Far too often we see that real estate agents start reading the news. They start hanging around with people who are saying the same thing. Like, man, is your business struggling? My business is struggling. I'm down.
Wait a minute. Real estate agents read news?
Yeah. Well, they should be listening to Real Estate America News every Tuesday and Thursday at high noon. With
Selfless
me and Jake.
plug.
But that's not the point. The point is, if you find yourself hanging around with 5 or 6 of the same agents who are all saying the same shit about the sky's falling in and I can't get a deal or whatever, like, remove yourself from those people, break out, start talking to some successful people, listening to more shows like this, realizing the opportunity that's out there. Don't put yourself into a recession before a recession happens. We're seeing a lot of that right now. The conversations I'm having, there's a lot of agents that are already discouraged and already down before anything major has really happened. So you have the ability to do anything that you want in your life. 20 deals in real estate is life-changing money for most people, right? 20 deals is not that many deals to actually put under your belt. So do you need to sell 100 homes? No. You need to focus on how do you do 2 to 3 a month to sustain yourself. And it's not that much, right? So that being said, relationship building, when it comes to social media right now, one of the reasons why I know that the Joker post that I did took off is because it's relevant and trending right now. So if you're going to spend your time putting your message out there on social media, I would advise you to look at what's trending in the form of either songs, right, on Instagram or TikTok. What songs are trending right now? What what's it called? Not impressions, but masks, or like the Joker mask is trending. So the Joker mask and the Joker sound was trending. I knew I had a good point with buyers feeling like they've missed out for the past year. So all those three things came together and boom. So as a real estate agent right now, if you're making content, think about what's relevant right now on social media, what's relevant right now in people's minds. You want to get some attention. So I was just thinking about this the other day. Like, most people right now, their number one expense besides their mortgage is food costs, right? Either they're going to the grocery store, or their grocery store is, I was just telling Jake the other day, my normal Sam's Club weekly trip was $250. Now that trip is $400, right? It's on people's minds. So if you can highlight what is on people's minds and bring value to that, you're going to get a lot of attention. You're going to get a lot of people looking at you. So how, as a buyer's agent, what if you started offering videos inside people's houses and, like, if you use me, I'll fill up your fridge with food. Here's a Publix gift card, right? Here's things that, like, are on people's minds. You do a video at Publix or at your local grocery store, or talk to people at a grocery store. Food is the number one cost in people's lives right now. You can spin that into 100 billion different things if you want, but people will pay attention to that instead of coming and saying interest rates have risen and you should probably have bought 2 years ago, but you should pay attention to me now because I know more than you. Like, all that kind of marketing is out. You need to be trendy. You need to be on point, on topic with what is in the market and what's happening right now. And then also, if you can have a good, unique selling proposition on the back end that really brings people value, like freedommoveusa.com, shameless plug there. But if you have a really good, unique selling proposition, which 90% of successful agents, if you surveyed and took a look at all the agents in the market that have a huge team that are dominating, they all have a unique selling proposition. If you don't have one of those, you need to think about it.
So here's an idea that popped in my head. Tell me if I'm a complete retard. And yes, I can say that word because I have dyslexia, so don't judge. So when it comes to advertising, right, and getting the word out about what you do for a living, think about Publix, think about Safeway, think about Lucky's, think about whatever your marketplace is. What's the one place that's not being utilized for marketing to help folks?
The conveyor belt.
Yes, sir. You nailed that one. I've been thinking about asking Safeway or doing a test run, running ads on the conveyor belt. Think about it. Everyone's looking down. And if you have Freedom Move USA, if you have, REU Nation, shameless plug. If you have like, Bob at Remax, who we fucking hate. We know we don't like fucking Bob at Remax, but Bob at Remax has his sign down there. Then a local, other store has something there that, doesn't conflict with the supermarket. Why is that not being utilized?
But here's the thing. Here's the thing that's interesting. You can have an idea like that, but if you don't have an offer to back it up, you're just wasting your money. Dude, the conveyor belt's going to spin. They're going to see your face, but what does that mean? They're not going to call you, right? And the reason why I brought up the Publix thing is some of the most viral videos right now on TikTok and Instagram Reels are guys that are going out and girls that are going out and literally buying people's groceries.
I've seen that. Yeah.
B, giving a waitress or a waiter $1,000 tip or better at a restaurant. Like literally going out in the field and doing good deeds for people is getting a lot of attention on social media right now. So when everybody here's the disconnect that most people have when it comes to marketing. They feel like in this time right now, when somebody says organic, okay, when I say go do a video on TikTok, that's considered organic. In your mind, as a real estate agent, organic is supposed to be free, right? Free as in I shoot this video, it only takes my time, but it shouldn't cost any money. Those days are really over. Like that thought process is over. People who are really succeeding right now do not treat organic media like it's free. Okay. They are spending money to create the organic media that is in turn doing just as well, if not better, than the paid media.
True.
Like if you went out and did a TikTok every single day and all you did was buy a $100 Publix gift card and go out and bless somebody with a $100 Publix gift card, that would cost you $100 per video. That's organic marketing. You will get 100 million X more viewers and video and just goodwill into the world by spending $100 per video on organic marketing than to have some bullshit offer that you put $100 in ad spend behind.
Okay, so I'm going to double down. I'm going to double down on that. So let's take the Publix gift card, right? X amount of dollars, whatever it's going to be, right? Then you talk to Publix at your local area and you say, look, I'm going to pay for all the wraps around these conveyor belts, right? Then you put a QR code on that because everyone's getting used to QR codes. If they scan the QR code, you'll give X amount of dollars to a local charity, and the charity changes every single month based upon the public demand. Now your marketing just went from me to you in a really short amount of time, and you can walk around and give the Publix cards out or Safeway cards out or Lucky cards out, or you pick your supermarket. But then the folks that don't get to meet you in person have the ability to give to the community if they would so choose. If they don't, at least they see that there's an opportunity that you're trying to give back. thoughts, gentlemen. Jake, take it from here.
I have a lot of thoughts. Thank you for asking.
know you do.
You remember when we were all locked into our house at the beginning of the pandemic?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then we all had to go through and educate ourselves on what the world is going to look like because of COVID, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we should have bought Carnival cruise ship stock.
I did.
At the bottom. Oh God, yes.
Yeah, I did. I bought a lot at the bottom. And it's doing well. Anyways, remember all of the strategy and suggestions that we talked about to the real estate professionals during those times, as far as checking in on people inside of your sphere, doing your check-ins. How are you doing? What's going on?
Mm-hmm.
Just being connected to your past customers or your sphere of influence, right? That is something that is extremely important to reactivate right now. And a lot of us got ourselves into this pace of, as fast as the listings going on the market, we're being rushed with open houses with 50 people and multiple offers and contracts that just have buyer signatures and a nice little sticky note that says you guys fill in the rest. You know what I mean? We're back to the core elements that we have to get back in tune with it. And I think most people shouldn't have gotten away from it, right? Being your educational ambassador of your local marketplace. When things start changing fast, like they're changing now, it gives us a lot of good talking points. So we're seeing rapid change and rapid things happening week to week to week. We're seeing stuff happening, and it's changing the way that we're doing business on the fly just as fast.
So so Jake, I mean, you work at a much higher level than a lot of normal agents, and I say normal because I'm one of them. What are you seeing when you're sitting in the clouds watching everybody? You know, what differences and changes are you seeing?
So I just gave a class on recession proofing your business, and there's important key elements into this, right? And I love to go ahead and ask all of the folks that are associated with me is when is the last time that you reached out to your past customers? When's the last time that you went ahead and put onto your calendar, I'm going to spend 2 or 3 hours here and contact 10 of my core contacts and say hello, see how they're doing, what's going on. If you have a strong, unique selling proposition, like all of my Freedom Move USA certified agents does every single person inside of your contact list know that they or anybody they should or that they come in contact with should check in with you first before talking to another real estate agent, so that you can see how much you can save them if they're planning on making a move? And it's huge, right? So our agents are having massive success by just getting that word out on the streets, because it's really important to your consumer right now. An extra $10,000 to $25,000 goes a long way, especially when we're paying twice as much at the pumps and so much extra for food. We talk about the inflation pressures that our country is under, and the numbers that the mainstream media is giving us is very low. I think it's skewed low, but it might be overall, and they have all of these different indexes and angles of how they come up with that figure. But think about 80 to 90% of the American citizens, what the core 4 inflationary pressures that they're dealing with is food, fuel, like energy costs, right? Insurance is going up. Our houses have increased in value so substantially. Now, all of a sudden, our taxes have increased as well. So our monthly PITI.
And our insurance, like you said, insurance. I mean, that's insane.
Yep. And so most Americans don't have the ability to positively increase their income. So, I mean, what are their options? Their options are you go to the boss and you say, hey, Mr. Boss, can I have some more hours? Can I possibly have a raise? But you're working more of your non-influent life into it. And if the boss doesn't give you a raise, what are your options to go get a second job to offset inflationary pressures? We're seeing statistics across the U.S. that most of the savings that homeowners have seen have dramatically reduced, and now people are really dipping heavy into their credit lines. I'm talking heavy into credit lines.
Mm-hmm.
And we had it so good for so long as Americans that I think most people are still living the way that they used to. And they haven't yet started really feeling. I think it's starting now, but it's going to start hurting more. And at the end of this year, when people look back, we have to make changes. People have to reel back. We're coming into some tumultuous times. And but for you as a real estate professional to recession proof your business, identify strong, unique selling propositions. Freedom Move USA is open. If you guys are interested to come over, fill out the agent application form, get inside of our private group. We're talking about this all the time. And if not, listen to me. It's important to go ahead and maintain your relationships with your past clients, your sphere of influence, and the people in your contact list. And when times get tough, that's when you need to reach out, say hello. Is there anything I can do to help you? There's a lot of people that are hurting directly and indirectly. And so it's just a good core elements. Get back to the basics. And another thing, I know if Gino was here, he would say this. He and I talk about it all the time, and we've talked about it for years. The people that we've seen successful in real estate have increased their marketing, which means that they're actually exposing more of their business to more people, right? And that's important. Everybody else that gets tight, cuts back on marketing. I mean, you're not exposing your business. And then if people don't know where you're at or who you are or know how to get in touch with you or what you might have to offer, then it's just going to start to squeeze off. It's going to restrict. So you have to be open. But
Nick, what are you seeing in Florida as an agent right now with your mom? And you guys have been very successful down there. How are you guys attacking this problem that Jake just stated?
Yeah, we're still, right at a month's worth of inventory. So like there's no, houses are still selling within a week. The multiple bid situation might not be quite as heavy as it was, but there's still 1,000 people a day moving to Florida in general. We're kind of a unicorn of a market. There's still a lot of markets like ours. So we're still very seller centric. Things are shifting though, and we can definitely see it from one week to the next. And I think that, in this time right now, listings are still key. There's no way around it. And the way you get more listings from your database and sphere is just stay in contact with them, let them know what's going on. But when it comes to like social media marketing, like what Jake said, putting more bullets down range all the time in more marketing, like if you're not spending money on marketing for ads, you really need to be spending time on marketing organically. And just like literally it's 100% video. We talk about it all the time. If you're not doing that, then you need to saddle up with a team or a broker who is doing that. And if you're really good at transactions, if you're really good at negotiations, but you suck on social media and you have a sour taste in your mouth because you see the 25-year-old in your market crushing it and they don't even know how to fill out a contract and it makes you furious, like that's the state of the industry. Like that's it. Just accept that people who have the most attention are winning right now. Whether you're better at negotiation or filling out a contract or actually taking a deal from contract to close, that's irrelevant. First person to market, first person to the customer is winning every single day. So if you're not on social, if you're not promoting your business through advertising and or marketing channels that are getting a lot of attention organically, then you might need to think about being a really good number two on a brokerage or a team that's already doing those things successfully that you can hitch a ride onto and make a lot more money than you're making now, but just not be the front runner.
Okay. That sounds like a good idea, but
I got a quick little add-on if you don't mind, Greg.
Well, no, not a problem. I love being cut off, but go ahead.
Well, if you don't mind, just a real quick little add-on. So whenever the markets do go down like this, it's aggressive survival. And then if strong profitability follows because of your aggressive nature of how you're engaged with your business, great. So sustain and maintain and survive during big economic shifts. So, and that's my little add-on to that.
Well, I think that was fantastic, and that was a great little add-on. I think if people take it to market and really learn from that, they're going to benefit from it. The one thing that I've learned from doing this for 23 years is this. There's ebbs and flows, ladies and gentlemen. Get ready for a roller coaster ride. If you want to do the ride, pay the ticket. If you don't, just don't get on the ride. But there are people like the three of us and Gino, who is in his jet G5 somewhere over the Atlantic. We don't know where he is right now,
Gino
but
G5, I like that.
the Gino G5.
Yeah.
But I mean, there are tips and tricks that you can put into your business today. It doesn't cost you a stinking dime. Listen to Real Estate Uncensored. Go to, reunation.com. Listen to the other, thought leaders that are over there. That is zero cost basis. We're not selling anything unless you want to buy one of our products, which is obviously up to you. But the thing is this: education is key. Always be learning and be educated about what's going to be coming down the pipe, and then prepare for it. It's like, as Jake would say, as we go into war, you have to know your enemy. So know what the enemy is, the upcoming economy. Figure out how to battle it and how to beat it and how to bring your clients the highest and best price, or the lowest and best price if they're a buyer. So just keep listening to us, have fun. Let's do some takeaways. I am going to be probably late to this listing appointment because I have to drive 58 minutes to get to this thing. So super fun, lots of wasted gas and time on the road.
Boo-hoo, you got to drive an hour to a $3.5 million listing.
2 hours round and back. And then stop and get lunch.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
And the guy I'm meeting, my buddy, he and I are going to go get barbecue and beers. So it's not a lose-lose. It's a pretty damn good day, sure. Right? So Nick, takeaways real quick.
I encourage everybody that's listening. One thing that you know for sure right now is that there's still more real estate agents licensed in your market than ever before. That's going to thin out a little bit coming up here in the next 12 months. But I hope that you can sit down, and before you start giving away Publix gift cards or doing anything that we say to do on this show, right, doing video, I want you to sit down and really think about, what is your thing? What's your one thing, right? What's one thing that you can hitch a ride onto? I hope it's freedomoveusa.com in your market, and you go check out and buy a zip code, because it's the most powerful, unique selling proposition I've come across since 2005. I happen to be a part of it right now with Jake. I hope that's you. I hope you can have that light bulb moment and realize that's you. If it's not, I want you to figure out what your thing is and ride that into the sunset. Greg is going on a listing appointment right now based on the fact that he likes to go walk his dog at a dog park. He gets a lot of business from that thing.
I really do.
What is your thing? What is one thing that people could know you for, so that when you're on social media, when you're talking about it, when you're networking, that can be your thing. And then that one thing becomes one leg on your chair, but you have to have one leg first. So if you're a for sale by owner guy and people need to know that you can help them for sale by owner, if you are the dog park guy, if you are the little league mom or dad, right? If you're the PTO mom or dad, like, find a thing, exploit that thing, do really well with it, and then find another thing until you have four legs on your chair, and then you will be recession proof, because you will have multiple things to pick from, but it all starts with one.
Love that takeaway. Jake, what's your takeaway, my friend?
I urge everybody to get back in touch with everybody in your contact list, the past customers, people your sphere of influence. Start talking and be genuine, be of service, and see if there's anything you can do to go ahead and help them out. So
I love it.
Be relevant. Double down on marketing, everybody. Now's the time. Get communicating. Sharpen your pencil.
Yeah, it really is. Don't be afraid to market, guys and gals. I mean, it can be any, like Nick and Jake were both saying. It could be the mom and dad at the soccer game. It could be the person at the dog park. You could be the one petting your goldfish, the one going for a swim. My dad picked up 2 listings from swimming, and he picked up a $3.7 million listing, and then the neighbor next door we picked up for $4.4 million. And these numbers are just because of where we live, but it was because he was trying to lose weight and he was spending time at his country club and just making friends. Go out there, make some friends, have some fun, enjoy life. Like Simon and I, we're going to go drink a beer and laugh a lot, talk about dogs. And he referred me because the agent that was listing the property, or didn't list the property was being a jerk. He's like, dude, you got to talk to my boy, Greg. It's that simple, ladies and gentlemen. So, all right, Nick, color for the bow in the show.
Oh man, I forgot about the bow. I'm going to go G5 jet green for Gino.
G5.
I feel like he's got a green logo on that plane.
Oh my God. All right. And Jake, color for the bow.
Oh, you're confusing me today. Let's go. Let's go with a little bit of silver.
Silver.
It's always smart to go ahead and put silver into your portfolio. So,
All
now's
right.
a good time to buy, actually.
It actually is. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we appreciate you more than you can possibly know. We love you to pieces. We appreciate you, Mr. Jake Wolf, Mr. Nick Sakis, Mr. Gene Volpe, who is not here today, unfortunately. We love you. We're going to put a G5 jet green part of the bow, and then we're going to do a silver other half of the bow. We want to see you guys back here. We can not do this show without you guys. We love you. We'll see you on the flip side. Until next time, peace out, ninjas. We gone.